Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me, kings and queens. Um, Something happened this morning that you're not going to believe. I was on Facebook ministering, and I told you I really don't go to people's timeline. Now, this is what I do. I will, as I'm going back and forth, stuff gonna pop up as you're going from checking notifications back to your own page. So, different people page pop up. Now, if some foolishness pop up, like somebody half naked and stuff, I'll go ahead and take that person off my friend list. Because, see, I don't ever want to see nothing like that again. And if I leave you on there, you're going to keep putting stuff on there. So I don't need that type of foolishness. If that's what you're looking for, that's fine. Then you go head on, see, because we in a movement. We trying to grow over this oppression in this country. I ain't looking for no man. I ain't looking for Bitcoin. I ain't looking for none of that. No foolishness. I'm trying to help folks. Okay, so I'm popping back and forth. That's what happened. When some pop up in the middle, then I say something. If it's about a baby, a child, or your mom, or anything. I leave a positive, inspirational message, something for somebody to meditate on, something beautiful. And they come back at me. Thank you very much, Queen. I appreciate that. Different things like that. I always want to lift us from oppression. Our own and this country. Okay, so this is what happened, honey. I'm flipping back and forth. Every time I flip back and forth, I see the messages. Man, he put a message at the top. It said, "I miss you, big homie." He said real talk or something. "I miss you, big homie." And the man sitting in the chair holding the peace sign, looking directly at me in the camera. So I'm flipping back and forth. I didn't say anything. I just kept flicking back and forth, going to my notifications, doing my work. Every time I flip back, he's still sitting there with the peace sign. Say, "I miss you, big homie. Real talk." And so I went on. I kept going about 3-4 more times. Every time I come back, he's still sitting there before I get to the other side. So finally, the spirit moved me to say something. And because he gone. I tell you, the spirits are not resting. He gone. But he came to me and he told me to tell him that you see the peace sign he is holding. This is me talking to him. You see the peace sign he is holding. He is at peace. And he wants you to be. And we will meet them again in the spirit world. I promise. And left some hearts. Because I always like to spread love. It's me spreading love to your heart. So I leave 2 hearts. And that he a king. Left a crown. And left that message. And do you know, he looking at me, the man in the picture. I feel him looking at me. The spirits are not resting. So I'm looking at him, and I just said, I flipped back and forth a couple times, and my eyes kept landing on his eyes. He holding the peace sign, looking at me. I flipped back and forth. Then I come back, and I said it. I did. I said. I told him, big homie, and he gonna be at peace now. And do you know, in front of my eyes, the picture blinked off, just like that. They don't blink off like now. I came back 3 or 4 times after I left the message. Then all of a sudden, the picture just blinks off. They don't blink off when you're looking at them on Facebook. They blink off when you go away. But it blinked off like he was telling me thank you. I'm telling you, these spirits are not resting, honey. If the evil spirits are over there doing and up doing, many of us have been touched by the supernatural. If the evil spirits are up doing, then the good spirits got to be up doing. What's being portrayed in these movies and stuff, this stuff is real. This stuff is evil. It's demonic. And then what's happening is by us rushing and going and watching these scary movies, we are opening up a portal to that evil and allowing that evil to begin to manifest in our lives by looking at different things and doing different things, allowing this evil to come in. Just like I talk about drinking. I done told you about drinking on here. This is my first time sharing that with them on Facebook. That drinking, it's a gateway to allow evil in. It clouds your mind. It leads to stinking thinking. You don't even want to sit and have a glass of wine. What for? What's that gonna do? It ain't gonna relax you. No, leave that alone, cause see, that ain't gonna even cut it. Pretty soon you gonna want the whole bottle of wine. Pretty soon the little 9% alcohol ain't gonna do nothing for you. You gonna need some 80 proof. some almost straight alcohol, and just imagine what that's doing to your inside. Just imagine that burns your throat as it's going down. So just imagine when you get down to your lungs and your chest, on your inside, your heart, your stomach, your liver, your pancreas. You can't replace these things. You only get one liver. You only get one pancreas. You cannot live without a pancreas. You cannot live without a liver. And you can't live if you keep on damaging and killing your kidneys. They ain't finna give you no transplant if you done tore your kidney up drinking with it. They don't do that. Transplants really, you very lucky if one of us even get one. But then to turn around and get it because you've been drinking all your life? No, honey. No, I'm sorry. You will not get one for that. And that's why we have the Grow program. And I realized something. The ancestors told me this morning, it's time to begin to move the Grow program from Facebook. Because, see, that's Mark Zuckerberg's platform. And Mark Zuckerberg gonna come at me crazy. I already know once he find out that I got some positive movement, lifting Africans from oppression. He don't want that. He want us to stay stuck on crazy and stay stuck with him and stuck on his platform and what he want us to do and how he want us to talk and how he want us to say. This is not about hate. It really isn't. It's about love. I have people in my ministry who are Caucasian. But I speak against the evil. See, these people who are in my ministry are not of evil. Evil is driven by all races, honey. It is now that's one thing that's not racist. Is evil. Evil will go through all folks. It go through Caucasian, African, anybody, Chinese. It's evil folks everywhere. Why do you think we growing all over the world? Because of evil. Oppression it stems from evil. The way people think that they can do other folks and drive them and control them and run them. See, I'm fighting against evil. I'm fighting against evil every day. I'm telling you something. I keep on, honey. I throw love back at evil. I don't even let evil affect me. If I walk out there and a glass move across the table, ain't gonna bother me. I just go get another one. I don't even be affected by evil anymore. I used to. Honey, I used to jump, run, scared, running, crying, screaming, all of that. But not no more. I go do anything in the dark. I sleep in a haunted house. It ain't gonna bother me. Evil. That's what it is. What we got to do, I told you it's a battle. It's a battle of good and evil. What you got to do is stop doing you. Because seriously, what I said yesterday, what I said before, doing you is messing you up. It really is. And that's why, how did I get myself in this? Doing you. You done what you last told him you was doing. I'm doing me. And so that's how you get caught up in foolishness and in mess and drama. And see, so I got to move the Grow movement from Facebook over to my website, to the website, because all these posts and stuff, this stuff is going to help folks. Even after I'm gone, the ancestor told me, when I become an ancestor, these posts are going to, see, this is it's like an African Bible, I guess you can call it. These posts are going to help people, going to lift us from oppression to not allow us, told you I'm a stutterer, to not allow us to get in this oppression ever again, to ever place ourselves in this position ever in life. To know how to overcome oppression and to teach our children and our future generations to not fall for the traps and the setup that's all around you. Setups all around. Somebody liquor store everywhere you look. That's a setup. Walk in there and get something, and it's going to tell you exactly how to go do some evil. Because, see, you're going to open up that door to let that evil in, and it's going to lead you down there to go bust the windows out and go cuss somebody out and go talk to your mama crazy and go do some different this, that, and the other. We got to rise above this oppression. It's a lot of evil driven people right now. I'm telling you, it's some folks who got their mama caught up in some mess. But I'm telling you something. If you don't get it right, you got to go face judgment. You may not even face it here. Because, see, you think that you behind closed doors and don't nobody see what you doing. Don't nobody see how you messing with that baby. Don't nobody see what you doing to your mom and your dad. Don't nobody see how you treated your uncle. Because that was between you and your uncle, what you did, what happened. Don't nobody see how you talk crazy at your about your supervisor, what you said you gonna do. There's some folks listening. There's some folks watching. See, they can see us, but we can't see them. Just like the evil, just like the ghosts. You can't see them, but they know you there. That's why they acting up. That's why they doing stuff to get you all riled up, get you going through and scared. That's what evil do. Evil come to steal, kill, and destroy. And it comes in all forms. There's all kind of tricks. See, the evil mad because I'm telling you about it. The evil mad because I'm talking about you. See, anytime somebody you talk about them, they get mad. So I'm telling you about evil. Let me tell you about evil. See, evil come in all kind of tricks, and I ain't scared of evil. I stood evil in the face. See, I'm here to tell you. I'm not scared of nothing, anything, honey. God got me. But I'm going to tell you about evil. Evil comes in all tricks, forms, comes in people, comes through people. People do different stuff. Evil will find you. You ain't got to go looking for evil. Evil will find you, but what you need to do is have God order your steps, walk before you. That way, it'll block that evil. Head that evil off. Because you got God in front of you. See, when Dr. King went marching, he had God in front of him. Dr. King wasn't behind the march. He was in front of the march because God went before him. Because see, Dr. King had a mission. He had a purpose. See, God ain't going to give you no person and no mission, and they ain't going to be there with you. God is with me in this grow movement. That's why we everywhere. That's why we all growing all over the world. Because, see, we got God and the ancestors who are the force driving his train to get us out of oppression. Destination up ahead, greatness. That's where we headed, and that's where we going to disembark. And once everybody get off, then I get off and put the train out of commission. It's over with. It's done. I'm throwing the keys away. It'll never start up again because ain't nobody going to ride on this underground railroad no more. It's shut down. It's going to be a museum in your mind, where you tell your kids about, some place that they'll never, ever witness, and your grandkids and our future. Because one day we are going to be ancestors, and we have to think about the legacy that we are living and leaving. The legacy that we are living and leaving. What are you living? What are you leaving? What type of because see, what I told you, legends aren't always famous. But see, a lot of times legends get famous. A lot of times evil put legends in different places. It'd be evil. But a lot of times legends are not famous, but they get to reach their greatness in God. They do because of how, they rise above the oppression of not only of this country, but of themselves. Don't delve off in evil. Don't delve off in foolishness. You need to put away world star, because you getting ready to be a world star as you rise in greatness. We ain't got time for TikTok. It's been 400 years. We ain't got time for no foolishness. All this stuff, watching this, fighting stuff going on in the community. I'm tell you something. I wish something would pop up on my Facebook like that. No, I don't. But if it do, I'm gonna talk to this person really, really good. I'm gonna really talk to him really good because look, what you are doing by promoting this stuff and looking at it and laughing at it. You see your brother and sister laying out in the street, flopping around from drugs, talking about throw some milk on him and all this. What if that were your brother? He really is your brother. And you got to give an account to him because when you get to the spirit world. But what if that was your blood laying down there? What would you do? Would you throw some milk on him? Would you record and laugh? What would you do? I'm telling you, I get overcome by the spirits. I do. I get overcome because I'm telling you, I'm about to get on one. how we do in the community, how we do one another. We got to rise above this oppression. See, cause now we done got to be a part of it. We all in it. We in the midst of it. Killing one another, shooting one another, maiming one another, talking about one another, dragging one another through the mud, bringing them back. How we do our mama, how we do one another, how we do each other. Just wallowing all in this oppression. But we got to rise above. We do. Because I heard Mr. Morgan Freeman say, he told a black reporter, he said, look, he said, the black reporter asked him, he said, well, how did you do it? He said, well, it's a problem in the community. How did you do it? And Morgan Freeman said, look, we both did it. He said, now they got to do it. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit and wallow in it, or is you gonna rise to be your greatness in God? Are you going to wallow in the oppression? Are you going to be a part of the problem? Or are you going to be a part of the solution? Reach back. If you done got up, reach back in the community. Help pull your brothers and sisters up. Tell them don't fall for the setup. Tell them stay away from the drugs. Tell them it's a better way than the way you going. This is how I came up. This is what I did. And show them the way. Give them a hand up. Stop hating on one another. Lift one another up. Because I'm going to tell the ancestors, they weeping. All of them. On down the line. I'm talking about people like Marvin Gaye, Whitney Houston, Prince, all of them. I ain't talking about people that you just know and heard of. Like the Queen Harriet Tubman, all these queens, all these kings. These are legends. What you think they doing? Because look, they were in the oppression at one time too, so they know what we dealing with. But being in that haunted house, we got the solution. Cause some good came out of some evil. 100-year-old haunted house. Something good came out of something evil. I'm in the midst of evil, surrounded by evil. My own husband evil. Evil work through him. Fight against me. But in the midst, I rose from the dust. To lift us from oppression. We ain't in the civil rights movement. It ain't over with. If you thought it was over with, it ain't over with. We just ain't gonna be down there marching with the evil. We ain't got to do that. Cause see what they gonna do? They gonna come down and burn up in our community. That's what the evil gonna do and blame it on us. We ain't down there burning up our community. We down there marching for what's right. Civil rights. And justice. And stop killing us. Stop hunting us like we animals. That boy wasn't doing nothing. He ran up in that house. He went out to look and see if he wanted a house. If he wanted something like that. He out jogging. He wasn't bothering nobody. The house empty. Ain't no doors on the door. He just walked up in there where they fixing on it and looked at it. He ain't touched nothing. The video showed he didn't touch a thing. But no, they got mad because they didn't want him in their community. So they went and hunted him down and found him and pulled a rifle and shot him in the stomach and then kicked him and then drove off because they thought they was going to get away with it. They truly did. Just like the ones who hanging them in the parks. They think they going to get away with it. But I'm going to tell you something, honey. They got the answer. They got another life. They got the answer in, honey. And there's some soul catchers waiting on them. It's some soul catchers waiting on. See, they sitting in that cell, where they got them at. I don't know what they going to do with them. They may get them off. You may not even hear no more about it. But see, this boy, he gone. And his mom and daddy left him mourn. All because, he thought he wanted to buy a house. That's why he went in there. He didn't go in there to take nothing. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. And we're going to do this all over the world. We gonna rise, kings and queens. We gonna break through with these celebrities too. Cause some of them, and not all, but some of them are untouchable, unreachable. You can't even send some of them an email, honey, to let them know what's going on, cause they done got so where they sit up on their high horse in they fancy mansions where we put them and don't want to be bothered. But honey, please, they finna come down off their high horse too, cause I'm finna get to them. When it fall on the right ears and it's on its way, because yesterday I talked to Rosanna Arquette and a movie producer. We on our way, honey. I don't know if it's gonna be them, but we breaking down the doors. We are breaking down the doors, and I want to let you know. You can follow on Facebook. That's where you really need to be, cause on Facebook we growing. But I'm getting ready to begin to move the post to the website, because I don't know what Mark Zuckerberg gonna do. Anytime that anything is going on positive for Africans, they shut it down. They kill anybody who trying to help Africans. They get killed. It don't matter if you are Caucasian or African. You gonna die if you trying to help Africans. Because they showed John Kennedy, Lincoln, Robert Kennedy, anybody who trying to help Africans gonna get shut down. Lyndon Johnson had to push that legislation on through because it had already been signed and done by his predecessor. So he had to move that civil rights legislation on through. And do you know, Lincoln freed the slaves, he did. But do you know that they didn't agree to it until December, long after Lincoln was dead? Lincoln signed it and he was killed for it. And they didn't ratify it until December. They fought. And fought because they didn't want to free us. So it's just by the grace of God that we free. You need to sit and think about that for a minute. That wasn't that long ago. That wasn't that long ago. I'm living in a 100-year-old house, built in 1920. We didn't really have no rights then. We didn't have no kind of rights. We didn't get no civil rights till 1965. So that old tree I showed you on the website, that tree hung some strange fruit, because I used to be drawn down there all the time and just go down there and stand and look at that ugly tree. Just look at it, just dead and ugly. And just a reminder of where we came from. See, that's what we can't forget. Where we came from, so we'll know where we going. Because if we don't, we just like a ship lost in uncharted waters, stuck and lost forever. But now we growing. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom, because we ain't going to have no rebels. We all going to be kings and queens. We going to rise from this oppression, because I ain't claiming no rebels. I ain't claiming none, zero. My daughter out there clowning. I ain't claiming her as no rebel. She gonna rise too. She gonna get it together. I'm gonna make sure she get it together, because she gonna have to hear my mouth. Y'all think you hear my mouth. She really got to hear my mouth. That's why she barely called, want to do all the talking. But I'm gonna do all the talking when I talk to her. I'm gonna tell her, Jay, I don't need to hear from you. You need to hear from me. You need to hear, so you can get it together. So greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. We all gonna rise all over the world. Let's rise, kings and queens, and we're going to come out with substance.